virtually every manufacturer is represented in the manufacturer's area. One of the most prolific companies in motorsports is Moroso Products. And with us here in the manufacturer's area is Dick Moroso, the man behind the company. Dick, what exactly does the manufacturer's area at these events offer to you?
Well, we got a tremendous amount of exposure. There's so many people that come to these races. They're all interested in motorsports and cars. We can display our product, we can sell some, and dollar for dollar is probably the best investment that we make.
Well, Dick, you were a past championship drag racer. In fact, you were a terror in the stock classes back in the late 60s, so at least gives you a chance to get back and see some of your old friends, too.
It was the late 50s, early 60s. Yeah, I ran a modified car for years and years, and that's what really got me started in this business. Now we run NASCAR, and it's a whole new ball game.
But still, this is a major outlet for a lot of Moroso products.
Still a major outlet. Drag racing is, I think, our primary business thing even today.
Well, certainly then we can look forward to seeing more of this type of manufacturer's area participation.
We've been here for as long as IHRA has, I believe, and we'll be here for a long time in the future.
Well, like I said, when you get a chance at any IHRA Major National Championship event, you may be missing out on one of the biggest parts of the action, that being the manufacturer's area.
Gene Snow turned in a brilliant quarterfinal time of 5.34, 271.08 miles per hour. He'll be running this man, Michael Brotherton, who turned in a 5.53, 257.87. And there's Michael Brotherton burning out right now. He'll have his hands plenty full with Gene Snow. Snow started in the early stages of drag racing and now has the latest state-of-the-art top fuel dragster.
Easily one of the most sophisticated machines in today's Pro Nitro Dragster Showdown is that of Gene Snow. The Dallas, Texas veteran who started his career in the early 1960s with Super Stockers, moved into a phenomenal career with funny cars, and then after a short retirement came into the Pro Nitro Dragster ranks. This year, the man's been almost unbeatable. He won the IHRA World Championship before the end of the season. He already has set the national speed record at 273.55 miles per hour and has to be considered one of the toughest machines going into today's Angus Chemical Showdown.
And you are looking at that dragster in action. This is Gene the Snowman Snow from Fort Worth, Texas. He'll be going against Mike Brotherton from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You know, Ted, it may seem like a tremendously experienced individual against a brand new driver, but Brotherton in just his first year, very first race, in fact, at the Winter Nationals, made it to the semis. In the second race of the year, he got runner-up. The kid is incredibly tough.
He's going against the IHRA World Champion, though, Gene Snow.
On the green light, Brotherton is out in front. I don't believe it. Brotherton pulling away, but Snow moves in and gets it.
We almost had an upset there. Brotherton was out on top, and then Gene Snow moved. Let's look at it again. Brotherton is out first. Look at that reaction time of 1:69. Weaves just a little bit as he comes off that pad. Look at the front wheels of Snow lift up as he shifts to high gear. It was horsepower time.
Unbelievable battle. I'll tell you, Mike Brotherton had his greatest win going there. John Carey now gets ready to fire up his streamlined dragster. The diesel mechanic, and I should say owner of one of the largest diesel emporiums in the East Coast, gets ready to take on the 30-year veteran. Kalitta once again pulling to the side to avoid putting fuel under those tires.
Don't forget, Connie Kalitta turned in that 5:40, which is the fastest time Kalitta has ever run, and that's going to give John Carey plenty of trouble. Kalitta also an experienced veteran.
I'll tell you, with Connie Kalitta and John Carey battling each other, these two have something in common, and that's that neither is afraid to put as much horsepower into the motor and into the clutch combination as possible. In fact, they'll either put down a good run or they'll just blow it away, Ted.
That could be trouble for John Carey. He's running in that far lane, and that really hasn't been the best lane today at this racetrack, Brett.
Well, it's helped Gene Snow's strong runs in the past, but obviously if a driver tries to put too much horsepower down, it's going to be a very fine line situation. Kalitta apparently is ready. He moves into stage, the tree goes green, and they're off the starting line. But as you can see, Carey boils the tires, and Kalitta has engine problems.
Connie Kalitta, 5.435, 260.11. That sets up a storybook final. The two KG veterans will be facing off. Now, Gene Snow has been quicker off the starting line with a 219 to Kalitta's 260, but Connie Kalitta had the quicker ET, which means he'll get lane choice. Stay tuned. Move to the Gene Snow pit area as they prepare for the finals.
Just before the final round of $25,000 to win action here at the Angus Chemical Pro Nitro Dragster Showdown, Gene Snow's crew has opted to change all 8 pistons. They burned one piston just a little tiny bit in the semifinal win that slowed to a 5.51 second elapsed time. However, Snow feels confident that there isn't any other engine damage to speak of, and the machine should be set to go back into the 5.3 second zone for the final against Kalitta.
A part of professional drag racing that you don't normally see here on ESPN is Sponsors Row. That's a place where all the IHRA sponsors display their products and talk to the fans. One of those big sponsors this year has been Motorcraft. Motorcraft was very involved in IHRA Pro Stock drag racing, and you saw earlier here on ESPN the Hearst Pro Stock Shootout. That's a forerunner to the Angus Nitro Showdown. Brett Kepner talked with Ross Lindsey from Motorcraft.
Ross, as motorsports coordinator for Motorcraft, you've got to be awfully pleased with Ricky Smith's brand new 88 Thunderbird.
The car turned out actually better than I thought it was going to. Changed the paint a little bit. We're looking at some more schemes for next year, but the car looks dynamite. And from yesterday's couple of first runs on the car performed miraculously.
Well, I got to tell you that as the only Ford representative in this field, it's pretty easy to tell who you're pulling for.
Well, yeah, that makes it a whole lot easier. You know, there are a number of Fords, and we're really happy to see the number of Fords that are racing in IHRA Pro Stock, especially. And obviously, with Ricky flying the Motorcraft banner, we do have a little bit of additional support for him. But a number of the other competitors are running our products, and we support them too. I just hope that there's a Ford in the winner's circle. That's all.
It's time for our quick fact, brought to you by new Quaker State with QSX. Keeps your engine cleaner to last longer.
There's a very, very fine line between too much of a nitromethane percentage in the tank and too little. Too much will allow you to incinerate just about every piston in the engine and possibly do even more damage. Too little nitromethane, and there won't be enough power to get around your opponent. Bear one thing in mind. The Pro Nitro Dragster and Pro Nitro Funny Cars you're seeing here today will burn anywhere from 8 to 14 gallons of nitromethane per quarter-mile run. And that, my friends, is at a cost of $29.50 a gallon. Although it may indeed be one of the most expensive fuels in use in motorsports today, is this jug full of nitromethane that enables these machines to produce over 3,000 horsepower.
These nitro-powered dragsters produce a lot of heat, as evidenced by the Connie Kalitta clutch actually causing water to boil. Brett Kepner has moved down to the Connie Kalitta pit area.
When this all-copper cylinder head gasket burned up during Connie Kalitta's semifinal round win, it was time not to replace the broken parts, but to put in a completely new engine. Right now, the brand new cylinder block, another aluminum Chrysler Hemi replica, has already been inserted between the frame rails of Kalitta's streamlined dragster by Kalitta's crew chief, Larry Frazier, and his son, Scott Kalitta. Right now, however, it's a mad thrash. No less than 6 people working on this machine. They have only 35 minutes to get this engine together before the $25,000 final round. They have to put on a brand new supercharger, cylinder heads, and of course put in new connecting rods and pistons, as well as bolting on the oil pan and replacing the transmission and clutch. It may seem like an incredible job. In fact, it would take your average garage about 2 months to perform this particular piece of work. But right now, it's a 30-minute routine thrash for Kalitta and family.
The $25,000 final showdown is next.